Early in the morning, you already got people texting me with all these type of insinuations, assumptions. People be gaslighting, yo. They be gaslighting. They can't even own up to the dumb stuff they been saying. Gonna try to make it look like I'm making up things as if I'm schizophrenic or something. Come on. I'm way sharper than that. My mental health is way sharper than that. I could play mental health, right? I could play like I'm dumb. But when it comes to my mental health, I don't play with that. Not at all. My only diagnosis, right? This is for the record. One was anxiety and depression. I was diagnosed with that when I was in juvenile. In juvenile lockup. So any juvenile that's locked up is going to be experiencing anxiety to go home and depression that they locked up. Right? Now, the next diagnosis after the last bid 10 years straight, right? And we had the 10 plus the 5 for my juvenile days. You got 15 years incarcerated. Therefore, that categorized me as having PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, right? Particularly for the ones that's formerly incarcerated. And currently, that's all I have is PTSD. Not bipolar. A bipolar was a wrong diagnosis from a doctor that said, oh, you have anxiety and depression, therefore you're bipolar, which was inaccurate. And I'm currently waiting for this new biopsychosocial from the psychiatrist. So, yes, my name is Malik Aline. Aline means knowledgeable, right? And I've been running with the name as King Knowledge since I was 16, right? When I was 15, I was known as Red Eye Psycho, the one that always smoked weed and just wilding out, doing crazy stuff, right? You know, like the Juice. Matter of fact, I am crazy. That sort of character, but never grimy. Alright. My bad, yo, some people, yo. And then when you address them, even on a healthy conversation, like, yeah, I remember this, I remember that, then they're gonna act like that ain't happened. That's straight gaslighting. Straight like that. I'm not trying to hear, oh, you shouldn't have been listening. You shouldn't have been talking the nonsense around me. Respect goes both ways. Assalamu alaikum. Alright, this poem right here, my back, yo. The name of this poem is called Stay on the Right Path. This poem is also for my son. Gotcha. That's another thing too, right? This whole thing, right? When it comes to me, and in regards to anyone who want to have a conversation, or whatever the case may be, first of all, I'm not a person who chases relationships. I don't beg nobody to be a friend. I'm not the type of person like, oh, you're gonna be my friend. No, I don't chase relationships. I don't care if you talk to me or you don't talk to me. That's facts. That's how I've always been. You know what I mean? And when it comes to me, and you want to have a conversation in regards to whatever it is, you cannot say, oh, it's not about God, because God's always part of the equation. And if God's not part of the equation, we can never have a conversation that's going to be healthy. We always going to be clashing. That's why you have to use either, if you claim to be Jewish, then whenever we speaking about it, and if it's about a problem and we're looking for a solution, show me something in the Torah. Same thing, if you're Christian, if you claim to be Christian or Catholic, and there's a problem, right, and we're looking for solutions, show me something in the Bible. And if you're Muslim, right, same thing. Don't give me no hadiths. Show me something in the Quran. Because everything I operate on, I could always, from my medical cannabis, to me listening to music, to me writing poetry, I could always give you Quran proof to back up everything that I do. Same way with the Bible. Come on, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm not the one. I'm not a lip professor. I'm not a drum major. I'm not a cafeteria Muslim. I don't say I'm Muslim just to be Muslim just like that. I could be around other Muslims. I'm not gonna say I'm Christian just like that could be around other Christians, or I'm Catholic just like that could be other Catholics. No. Whatever you claim to be, you live by that. And as a Muslim, if you claim to be Muslim, you have to hold up your 5 pillars of Islam. That's non-negotiable. That's straight facts. Ain't nobody asking to be perfect, but come on. Prayers 5 times a day is non-negotiable. So whoever told you that it's negotiable has been leading you the wrong way. Perhaps that person was a jinn. You know, if you're a Muslim and you have other Muslims telling you it's okay not to go to Juma, don't listen to that. That goes against the deen. Now, if you can't make Juma, you still do your prayer for that day, for that Asa, and then you go find it on YouTube. Find someone doing Kuba on YouTube. That's what I do. And this goes for males and females. Females only have excuse from Juma if they're on their period. Same thing with praying. If they're on their period, because that's considered unclean, then they are excused. Other than that, I'm not trying to hear that. You know what I mean? Live by your 5 pillars of Islam. Facts. Assalamu alaikum. I'll come back next with the poem. You know what I mean? Someone just like messed up my whole vibe, you heard? Assalamu alaikum. Bulletproof love.